Napa Valley. I guess it's as good as any place to call home. Although the tourists clog the streets here like corks in a bottle. It's a town that likes its wine. Likes it so much that by the end of the night, it doesn't remember why. That's where I come in. My name is David Arthur, and I'm a wine PI. I perform a much-needed job here in this city of amnesia. I put the wine back in the bottle, so to speak. When the cops are too buzzed to walk a straight line, that's where I step in. Most recently, I was mixed up in a cuvee that had a lot of red. Blood red. The case had started out cold, but the yeast cells had started to heat up. An informant by the name of Little Balthazar had taken me off the Silverado Trail and led me to the Napa wine train. A former cigar girl who was working on the caboose tipped me off to a possible lead up on Pritchard Hill. This was the region of the valley where the hooch flowed faster than the day could keep up, and the bottles were as long as well, let's just say they were long. It was a bit of a ride up valley to the top of the mountain, but as a wine PI, sometimes you have to be the one that makes the juice worth the squeeze. In this case, it had landed me at 210 Long Ranch Road, home of some of the best grapes and notoriously epic wine. I needed all my tools to sneak into this palace. Luckily, I keep 2 magnums in my desk. One's a gun, and I keep it loaded. The other's a bottle, and it keeps me loaded. What you're about to hear is true, only the facts have been changed to make it sound better. When I arrived at the winery, there was a mix of Cabernet aromas and trouble in the air. I noticed many employees who were too focused into the hooch-making process to notice me scaling the 30-foot barbed wire walls and then jumping to the old oak tree for an invisible entrance. This winery had class. You could tell by the security. As I slipped past 3 security guards, I could hear them talking about the lack of rain in the valley. They were right. Rain was needed. It was dry around here as the Chardonnay. The only thing moist in this valley was around the eyes of the dames that I never called back. No time for that, for I was married to the job. I watched a wine conductor pull open a washing vat, and that's when I made my move. I dove under the sprayers, just in time to make it into the vineyard. I couldn't help but stop and notice the beautiful vines with delicious grapes hanging in every direction. This estate was so picturesque and high class that even Dillinger or Babyface Nelson couldn't get in, not even in their dreams. My distraction was quickly halted when I saw 2 sophisticated gentlemen talking at a table filled with elegant wines. I knew one of them was my mark. I was told I was looking for an unusually handsome man. The only problem was that both these men were striking. It was like looking in a mirror. And that's when it hit me. I promised myself in this very moment that I would never start a story and let it go unfinished. Never would I let that happen.